everybody, welcome back. So today is going to be another Halloween makeup tutorial. This one is inspired by Carolina Maria. It's called Sewed Shut Mouth, so take a look.
So right now I am applying the liquid latex all around my mouth where I will be sticking the rest of the product. I got this from Halloween City near Citrus Park Mall. It was $20 for 16 ounces, which is not bad. I could use the rest of it to recreate any other looks that I want for the remainder of Halloween. So instead of using tissues, I used a dried baby wipe because that's what I had on hand. It made it a lot harder in the end, but I did with what I had. I cut it in half and then applied it to my face on top of the liquid latex, and it stuck pretty well, and then I just trimmed it to fit my face. Now I am applying another layer of liquid latex on top of the baby wipe. So I actually didn't record the second baby wipe being applied, but after I put on the layer on top of the first baby wipe, I applied another baby wipe and did the same thing over it just to make it a little bit more stacked. So after putting on liquid latex on top of the second baby wipe, I am using a blow dryer just to speed up the process. Now I am taking pulled apart cotton balls and applying that on top of the baby wipe just to give it more of a plush effect. And I recommend doing a little at a time and putting liquid latex on as you go, because if you try to put a whole layer of cotton balls on, the liquid latex will get caught, and especially if you're using a paintbrush like I am, it'll pull apart and fall apart. Just taking my regular foundation that I use for my face and applying that over the entire mask and making it just more color fitting. Now using my Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette, I am just taking a little bit of the orange in there and putting it around the mouth just to start making the red come through so that it looks more of like a peeled away flesh. Eyebrow scissors, I'm gonna go ahead and start trimming away the slit where my mouth is gonna be. This was really difficult because of the baby wipe. It would have been a lot easier to cut through if I had just regular tissue paper, but the baby wipe was really thick and just didn't want to tear. But I got the job done, and now I'm just cutting away at the flap a little so that it could be larger and show more of the underskin.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. When there is no more room in hell.
Here I am just touching up with the foundation because it did show underneath of the white, but I wanted to make sure that everything blended in. Utilizing my palette that I got from Walgreens, I used it in my last makeup video. I'm going to go ahead and just take some browns mixed with reds and blacks and start painting the actual skin so it makes it look like torn away flesh.
Even though you are a worthless, greedy lot.
Turn the slide.
Now with some black and red, I am going to be painting the actual prosthetic itself so that it can be blended in as if it was, you know, actual flesh.
Life itself is only a vision, a dream. Nothing exists save empty space, and you are but a thought.
Now here I'm using the red blood gel that I got from Halloween City. I can't remember who the actual company is that makes it, but I will put all the details of the products I'm using below. Now I'm just taking it and putting it all underneath the prosthetic on top of my actual lips and my mouth, just to give it more of like a gooey, bloody effect. I really wish that it was a little bit of a deeper red instead of such a bright red and a little bit more gooey, but it worked out in the end. Now I wish I would have done this before I actually painted everything because I had to go back in and retouch, but now with the same eyebrow scissors I'm going to be poking holes through the actual prosthetic just so that I can have a map for my twine to go through. this spool of yarn from Joanns for about $3, and this part got a little tricky trying to thread the yarn through, so I had to put it on my eyebrow scissors and use that as a needle and just to pass it through the actual prosthetic. Take some more of that fake blood and apply it where it kind of moved around from me putting through the yarn, and also put it on the actual yarn itself just so that it's a little bit more gory. Now that the yarn is measured properly, I'm just going to go cut off the extra pieces. Mixing some red blood gel and some fake stage blood, I went ahead and just put that all over the prosthetic itself and tried to blend in the harsh lines of the prosthetic and to give it more of a gory look. It came out pretty good, actually.
Guys, this is the final look. I had some problems with it, but I feel like it came out great. I can barely talk, I can barely do anything else with it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any tips or recommendations, please leave those below as well. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get notified of whenever I do post a new video. That is all I have for you tonight. As always, I am the Mamarazzi.